How's it going, guys? Knowby's Cabin here with another session of Scratch's Director's Cut. Yeah, not much to say. Let's get started. Load. We were here. Yes. So the last thing that we did was read that creepy diary here. So let's explore this room a little. What do you have to say about this? Oh, spin. Whee. Okay. Cool. Alright. Most of the clocks in the house weren't working. Several trophies for remarkable accomplishments adorn the room. A diploma granting the title of construction engineer to James T. Blackwood. There were a couple of funny books in here. Let me see if I can find them. The huge collection of books was impressive. I would have gladly spent days going through them. No, How to Grow Successful by John Holmes. I don't get a lot of these. There's one of them that's pretty funny, though. This one. How Not to Write Interactive Fiction by H.A.S. I don't know who H.A.S. is, but it's obviously a nod to games like this. Thought that was cute. There's another one down here. Oh, what was that? No, something. The Grasshopper Lies Heavy by Hawthorne Abdinson. Okay. There's another one. Where the hell is it? It was cool. Damn it. The Necronomicon by Abdul Alhazred. Whoa. Let's just leave that one there. I feel like there was a, I know that there was a Lovecraft book down here somewhere, but now I can't find it. Whatever, you'll have to take my word for it. So we didn't even look through this desk here either. Drawer 1 contains nothing. Drawer 2 contains cash. Give me that cash. An envelope. See what you have to say about this. The envelope was empty. Okay. More cigars and screwdriver. Oh. Nothing there. And I believe this door is locked. It is locked. Okay. There was this book here too. 2 years in East Africa, a journey to the sources of the Nile, with numerous illustrations. I like illustrations, but it won't let me pick it up, so I guess that's that. I don't think there's much to do here. A bunch of uninteresting books. Those were interesting. What makes those so special? Book prejudice over here. Okay, so, I know. I think there was another book that contains interesting stuff. Over her. Yeah, okay. Alright. April 20th. During a fit of rage, I burnt my previous diary. Not that I'd regret it. As if my just disjointed notes were worth anything. Their only purpose was to keep me sane. I feel that this is my escape route, my only means of finding some inner peace. Whenever I put my pen to this paper, I feel that I can reflect upon any situation. I just wish I had more options, that's all. But I'm rambling. I must think clearly. Focus. Focus. May 12th. I've become an eternal guardian, stuck between few choices, none of which are good. Do I fulfill a promise and violate everything that I believe in, the very principles of my life? Or am I condemned to spend the rest of my existence in this deadened state, a ghost with no other purpose than just being here watching? I truly have no escape. I can't find an appropriate solution to this problem, and I must pay the price. I'm a shadow of the man I used to be. Only these notes remain, my testament in these moments of meditation, my sole companion. June 20th. Today I spent the entire afternoon staring out the window, my mind a blank. Oddly enough, I really didn't care. It seems now as though it was something natural for me, a part of my personality. But I know the reason very well. I've lost my soul. I'm an empty shell, devoid of any feelings. I renounced them on that fateful day. And the worst thing is, I knew there were going to be consequences. No, that's not true. Consequences were far worse than I expected. But how could I be so blind? January 20 squiggly ninth. I often wonder what would have happened if we had simply reversed it all. What would happen if right now I come out and told the world what really happened? No, I'd end up rotting in jail, although that might be a better destiny compared to this eternal suffering. November 17th. I can't say for sure when it began. I just heard them, one morning, coming from the next room. The whispers. Are they real? Have I been alone for too long? They won't stop. I can't stand it any longer. February 9th. Ever since I locked it away, that everything seems to have calmed down a bit. Perhaps James was right after all. It's madness, I know. But at this point, I'd be inclined to believe anything. May. Over the years, I was convinced that everything James suffered was misfortune. A whim of destiny. For the first time ever, I'm not so sure anymore. I never thought it could happen, but I believe I understand now. If this is so, then cursed be my soul. Poor James. If I had acted in another way, then maybe things would have worked out differently. But it's too late now, and I have to suffer my Calvary. September 13th. The noises are back, although this time they're different. Before, I'd only hear them inside my head, as if someone or something was whispering, and, how to put this, interrupting my thoughts. But now, I can really feel them spreading around the house. What are they? September 14th? Looks like a 4. I've realized the noises are coming from down there. I don't want to think about it anymore. December. They are unbearable. They get worse at night. Oh, how I wish it would stop. What is going on down there? I don't dare go nearer. I don't want to know. God, how many years have passed? I've lost all sense of time. I have to get out of this place. The diary disturbed me in a way I couldn't explain, yet I felt curious about what had been tormenting that poor fellow. Yeah. I wondered how long that cup of coffee had been sitting there. You thirsty? You gonna drink it? Alright. So now that we've wandered around a little bit, why don't we give our friend a call?
Carter Properties.
Jerry, we have a problem.
What happened?
The electrician missed me. He left a note in the mailbox.
Bloody hell. He was supposed to meet you at the gates early this morning. I thought he was just being late.
Damn, then I must have missed him for a few minutes. What the heck am I supposed to do now?
Why don't you go check the fuses yourself? Maybe it isn't that serious.
I don't know. I'm not very good with that kind of thing.
Michael, even my grandmother could improvise a fuse. Just go and look and let me know if you see anything burned.
As in black spots?
Yes, black spots.
All right, I'm on it.
Okay. So that might not make a lot of sense because I did a little bit of trotting around and didn't record it. So let's go back out here and take a look. Just so you guys can see it. Whoever may be watching. I might have it in my inventory. I don't. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well, anyway, it basically said, hey, you know, I waited for a bit, you didn't show up, so later. Yeah, not really eventful. But yeah, a couple of my friends, after having watched a little bit of this, have decided to buy the game, which is awesome. I'm glad to hear it. This game's really interesting, and it was, you know, downplayed a little bit when it came out. Didn't get the best reception, but, you know. Okay, so we need to get into the basement. I don't want to go into the basement, but we have to go into the basement. Okay, and getting some slowdown too. I don't really understand it, but whatever. It's not like this game is like super fluid required or anything like that. Alright, so this is the basement. The door to what I assumed was the basement was locked. Yep. Well, here's another door we didn't go into last time, so let's take a look. Okay, got a bed. The bed in this room was miserable looking. Uh-huh. A drawer that has practical photography, glass and paper, a manual. I'm not going to read the rest of this. Close. Alrighty. What's over here? We got some photos. These photos are creepy. Ooh. And then we got a squirrel. I fell. Okay. I'll take this, let's see. The topmost sheet of paper in the pile had some curious markings on it, so I grabbed it to have a closer look. Okay. Let's have an even closer look. It was a piece of paper with some strange markings, and I was sure there was much more to it than at first seemed clear. So, yeah. I'll get to that momentarily. Housekeeping, Old Virginia. I think that says Virginia. Or it might say something dirty like vagina. Old vagina. It looked like whoever stayed in this room loved photography. I'll say just some useless junk. Those could be priceless heirlooms. Clothing. And blank. There's also some photos here. Now this is curious. It's obviously a bridge. I don't think this is Africa, obviously, but who knows? It does show testament to Blackwood's, engineering stuff, though. Interesting. This room should look familiar. It's the room from the opening credits. The smell coming from the toilet prevented any further investigation. Delicious. Alright. The sink was covered in a thick coating of dust. It looked as if the cleaning ladies had skipped this room. Probably because of the smell. There's the house. For some reason, this photo really unnerves me because it's like the only photo of this area, really, I think, that has like real people in it, or at least one of the very few. And it's just, since this is such an isolated incident, it's just, I don't know, there's some kind of creep factor to it. Now there's a little thingy here. You see that? We'll come back to that. And then this is stuff. I don't know, that's the kitchen, that's the basement door, and it is ajar. Alright, so there's not much to do in that room, but I did want to go in it to show you. So the next part of this is a puzzle that's a little bit tricky to figure out, so if you don't want to spoil anything, I'd skip ahead a little bit. Alright, so in this room we grab a pencil. So we'll use that pencil in a minute. But then it looks like there's not much you can interact with other than this book. It's just the book. But there is a photo here. And this is a photo of the kitchen. If you notice in this photo, there is a key rack. And a key. And a pot. So this table, and this pot, and this key, something should come to mind there. So let's close this. Trot back out to the kitchen. And have a look. Okay. So there's the key ring. There's the table. But where's the pot? The key's also missing. A key holder, except there weren't any keys hanging from it. Now if you'll recall, this area over here I was playing with the curtains earlier. As such. When the curtains are closed, can't really do much here, but if we open it and shed some light onto the situation, a key. Thought that was pretty clever and tough since the photo itself is kind of hard to find. That key goes to the basement. I hate the basement. It may not be creepy when you see me do this, but when you're actually playing it, oh my god. Maybe it's just me. The golden key fit nicely into place and unlocked the door. Fantastic. Oh man. So first the music. Fuck the music. It was terribly cold and damp in the basement. And then there's this Freddy Krueger looking furnace thing over here. There was a huge furnace covering most of the east wall. I didn't understand why, but I began to feel terribly uneasy, and it had a menacing look to it. Yeah, I don't like being down here. The interior of the furnace was dark and the mouth of a wolf. In any case, I didn't want to spend too much time near it. Yeah. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. What the hell? Open this up. Can't try it. Okay. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Okay, I'm leaving. Sorry. Alright. Yeah, once we learn a little bit more about the story, you'll understand a little bit why that freaks me out so much. Well, you should already, given the fact that that journal said the noises were coming from down there.